Today's class we are going to discuss about buses and the PC XT PAC right? And we are going to see according to ISA that is Industry Standard Architecture. What does ISA stands for? It stands for Industry Structure Standards Architecture, right? So in the first point we'll see that the IBM PC and PC XT, what it is bits? It's 8-bit, right? And it is, what's the frequency? 4.77 megahertz is the frequency, which directly connect, what it connects? 8088, and it has two-stage bus cycle, fine, and which is of 2.8 megabyte per second bus bandwidth. This is 2.38 megabyte per second is the bandwidth of the bus, which is actually carrying the data from CPU to the memory and to the further extended devices, right? Or further devices which is actually attached to it, right? In the second point we'll see that the 80 bus extension slot we are using, which is of 8-bit ISA, and it's 16 bits, and what's the frequency? 8.33 megahertz is the frequency, and it is 80286, right? Now if you'll see to the diagram, then you'll see that the one CPU is actually attached via ISA bus. Which bus? ISA bus has been used, and it is further attached to the expansion slot, right? And then we have DMA controller, DRAM controller, and DRAM and BIOS. So this is the figure which is actually illustrating it. Now what we'll see the buses, what is going to be the structure of the buses in PC, right? In 16-bit ISA cannot supports Windows application. We know that the 16-bit ISA cannot supports Windows application. वो Windows application को support नहीं करता है. Video data. Example. Now VSALB, it's a local bus. It is linked to 486 local buses, right? And the frequency it is of 33 megahertz and 32 bits. Now if you'll see the diagram, then you'll see that the CPU 486-bit CPU has been attached via local bus to the cache memory. Then further it is attached to the DRAM. We know what is cache memory. Cache memory is the fastest memory, right? It is actually used to enhance the speed of the bus that we have already discussed. And then it is further attached to the DRAM. What is DRAM? It stands for dynamic random access memory, right? And then you can see that in the diagram that the local bus is further attached to the ISA bridge, and then further to the expansion slot. Now local bus is attached. If you'll see towards the left hand side of yours, you'll see that the local bus is further attached to the bus buffer, right? And which further can be categorized into video card, LAN adapter, and HDD control. So this is something that you can see in the diagram. And then we'll see the buses in the PC Pentium. What it's going to be? It's backside bus, front side bus, and PCI. Now you'll see the backside bus, front side bus, and PCI in the following figure, right? And it has direct access to the system memory connected to the four connected devices. Whatever devices has been connected to it, it is having direct access. See, don't forget that it is not having any mediator in it. It is having direct access to the system memory. Whatever system memory has been attached to it, it is having access to it directly. Now it uses a bus bridge to connect the four side bus and therefore to the CPU. What type of bridge it has been using? It is using the bridges to connect to the front side bus, whichever the front side of the bus is there, and for the CPU. Now you can see in the diagram, CPU is connected to the front side of the bus, and it is further connected to the RAM, and then to which is the system memory, and backside is further connected to the cache, right? This is clear. Now we'll see what are the various advantage and disadvantage. See, if we are using something, then definitely it is having some advantage and as well as some disadvantage also. So we are going to see what are the advantage and disadvantage. हर चीज़ की यदि advantage होती है तो disadvantages भी होती हैं. So this is something which we are going to discuss in this section. First is versatility, right? So what is versatility? It is the new devices can be added easily. In this you can, whatever the new devices are there, you can actually add into it. आप किसी भी नए device को easily इसमें add कर सकते हैं. Peripheral can be moved between computer system that uses the same bus standard. हम peripheral को move कर सकते हैं उसी computer system में जो use करता है same bus को. And then second advantage is low cost. See, a single set of wire is shared in the multiple ways. Why it is of low cost? क्योंकि हम यहाँ पे सिर्फ single set of wire use कर रहे हैं और ये share किया जा रहा है अलग अलग तरीके से. So definitely it's going to cost us less. And manage the complexity of partitioning the design. What it manages? It actually manages the complexity. Whatever the complexity of the system design is there, it has been partitioned. It has been partitioned by the design. and it creates a communication bottleneck. It has a communication bottleneck. So the bandwidth of the bus can limit to the maximum input output throughput. जो बस होती है, bandwidth है हमारी किसी भी बस की, उसको हम लिमिट कर सकते हैं किससे? मैक्सिमम इनपुट आउटपुट थ्रूपुट से, राइट. सो द मैक्सिमम बस स्पीड इज लार्जली लिमिटेड बाय. Now we are going to see what is the maximum bus speed is being limited by. If you'll see, then you see that the length of the bus and the number of the devices attached on the bus. अब किसी भी बस की जो है स्पीड है वो किससे लिमिट हो सकती है? किसी भी बस की स्पीड लिमिट होगी उसकी लेंथ से और उसमें कितने डिवाइसेस उसमें अटैच्ड हैं उस पे, राइट. दिस इज क्लियर. And the need to support a range of the devices with varying latency and data transfer rate, right. So this is something which is clear to you. Now we are going to see master versus slave in the bus. See, we have a master as well as slave in the bus, right. So this is something that we are going to see today. Control line, signal request and acknowledgement. Control lines क्या करती हैं? Signals को request करती है और acknowledge करते हैं that the signal is being received, right. Now there comes the data address line carrying information. So data और address line क्या करती है? इट कैरीज द इंफॉर्मेशन बिटवीन द सोर्स एंड द डेस्टिनेशन, राइट. जहाँ से भी हमें डेटा को ट्रांसफ़र करना है और जिस जगह पे ट्रांसफ़र करना है वो काम कौन करता है? हमारी डेटा लाइंस या एड्रेस लाइन करती हैं. व्हाट डज द डेटा एंड एड्रेस लाइन डू? दे कैरी द इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम सोर्स टू डेस्टिनेशन. वट एवर द सोर्स इज देयर, इट इज़ बिन टेकन, द डेटा इज़ बिन टेकन फ्रॉम देयर, एंड वट एवर द डेस्टिनेशन इज देयर, इट इज़ ड्रॉप देयर, राइट. सो द बस ट्रांजेक्शन बेसिकली इंक्लूड 3 पार्ट्स. हमारा जो बस होता है उसका ट्रांजैक्शन में 3 पार्ट इंक्लूड होते हैं. व्हाट आर दो 3 पार्ट्स दैट वी आर गोइंग टू सी? फर्स्ट इज arbitration, right. Second is issuing the command, and third is transferring the data. Now you will say, ma'am, what is arbitration? See, the master can use the bus. Arbitration means which master can use the bus. कौन सा master है जो बस को use करेगा? Issuing the command means and address is requesting. And transferring the data, whatever action has been taken, whatever the data has been taken, you know, first the data has been requested, issuing the command or address, okay fine, we are required this data, so the request has been sent for issuing the command or for issuing the data. Now whatever data has been there, it go to the particular location and get the data from there, and then it, you know, import that data onto the bus, उसको उस पर लाद देता है बस पे, and then the action is being carried out, और हमारा जो डेटा है वो बस के थ्रू जिसने रिक्वेस्ट सेंड की थी उसे पहुंच जाता है. सो मास्टर इज द वन हु स्टार्ट द बस ट्रांजैक्शन. अब हम देखेंगे कि इसमें हमने 2 पार्ट देखे थे. वन इज बस मास्टर एंड सेकेंड इज बस स्लेव. नाउ व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ बस मास्टर एंड बस स्लेव? इफ यू विल सी द बस मास्टर, इट्स मास्टर इशूज द कमांड. जो भी कमांड इशू करने होते हैं ये कौन इशू करता है? इट इज़ बीन इशूड बाय मास्टर. एंड डेटा स्लेव, व्हाट इज द वर्क ऑफ स्लेव? डेटा कैन गो ईदर वे, राइट. डेटा दोनों वेज में जा सकता है. भाई मास्टर क्या होता है? हमेशा कमांड ही देता है. इफ यू विल सी इन द जनरल एग्जांपल आल्सो, मास्टर का काम क्या होता है? कमांड देना. और स्लेव का काम क्या होता है? उस कमांड को फुलफिल करना. सो दैट्स व्हाट इज हैपनिंग हियर आल्सो इन द केस ऑफ बसेस आल्सो. मास्टर इज एक्चुअली इशूइंग द कमांड एंड स्लेव इज रेस्पॉन्डिंग टू दैट कमांड. फाइन. सो स्लेव इज द वन हु रेस्पॉन्ड टू द कमांड. एंड हाउ इट इज गोइंग टू, you know, respond to the command? It is going to respond to the command by sending the data to the master. If master asks for the data, भाई मास्टर ने कोई डेटा मांगा कि ओके फाइन, दिस वेरी पर्टिकुलर लोकेशन पे हमें ये डेटा चाहिए. सी now the location address is being transferred onto the bus. Bus go to that particular address, you know, memory address. It go to that particular location, and then he said, okay fine, we need this data, and then data is from that particular memory address has been loaded onto the bus, and then bus further carried it back to the person who requested it or the CPU who requested it, right? So this is what the process is all about. Now slave is the one who responds to the command by sending the data to the master. If the master asks for the data, यदि master data के लिए ask करता है तो slave क्या करता है? उस data को उसके पास भेज देता है. Now receiving the data from the master, if the master wants to send the data, भाई इधर ऑफ द केसेस, सी मास्टर में क्या होता है? यूनिडायरेक्शनल है, सिर्फ वो कमांड सेंड कर रहा है. बट व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द स्लेव, इट इज बाई डायरेक्शनल, मीन्स इधर यू कैन सेंड द डेटा ऑल्सो एंड रिसीव द डेटा ऑल्सो. सो रिसीविंग द डेटा फ्रॉम द मास्टर, इफ द मास्टर वॉन्ट्स टू सेंड द डेटा, यदि मास्टर डेटा सेंड करना चाहता है तो ये रिसीव करता है और ये मास्टर को डेटा सेंड भी करता है. दिस इज क्लियर. मास्टर वर्सेस स्लेव इन द बस. How many, you know, you have bus master and bus slave. The role of the bus master and bus slave is clear to you. How bus master issues the command and bus delivers the whatever, you know, command is being given to the slave. it is bidirectional. It can take, or it can go either way, right? It is bidirectional. The bus slave is bidirectional. It can go from master to the slave, and it can go vice versa, that is from bus to the slave also. So it is bidirectional, whereas the bus master carries the data in unidirectional only. So this is all clear to you. I hope this lecture is clear to you. Still, if you have any problem, please feel free to ask me. Thank you for watching this video.